Alright guys, welcome back to Valorant News. Disguised just one series away from getting relegated from Challengers. They've lost 10 series in a row now. One more will expel them from the Challengers ecosystem. What's going to happen to this team going forwards? What does it mean for Challengers as a whole with a massive break to come? And also rumours emerging that these pro players and streamers are getting targeted by stream snipers for a certain amount of money. Very much enjoy to your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. Plenty to get into. First of all, wanted to mention here on the Challenger side, Dazzle, who actually did qualify, or at least re-qualified, to make it through again to Challengers next year. There's currently the relegation tournament going on. 2 teams make it back in, 2 teams get relegated and will be replaced by a new qualifier that's going to happen at the start of next season. But the issue is that Challengers in general has a massive break now. The problem that these teams run into, let's say you're Disguised Toast, and they actually do re-qualify, which they might, but they probably won't at this point. Do you want to keep them on a salary for 6 months? Does that actually make any sense at all? This is even a thing in other esports where the season will finish, and because, let's say in Call of Duty that I also follow, the season is for some reason like 6 or 7 months long. I don't understand why we need a massive off season, because for example now in Challenges the season is basically done for most of these teams and that they have effectively 6 months off until the start of next season, what's meant to be January. The only thing that is still going really is the professional scene with, you know, the Last Chance qualifier, Masters Tokyo, the World Championship itself. But for Challengers, for those that aren't in Ascension, their season is basically done. So if you're an organization in Challengers, are you going to keep those guys on the contract, paying out like, I don't know, 50 grand a month or whatever to finance the organization and these guys for the next 6 months? Or are you just going to release them and then re-sign them down the line? So I think the format here does leave a lot to be desired actually. And as Dazzle says, he's not, okay, he's on Turtle Troop, right? So he's not really signed to an organization as it stands. But the way the system works with these massive off seasons in esports, I don't really understand why we need it. The players don't exactly need that much recovery time, but yet, I mean, I don't know, 2-3 months off should be fine, I think at least, for the season, and have the season last 9-10 months in an ideal world, but that's not the case. So a lot of these players that are signed to organizations are going to be gone. I mean, as Corey says, 6 months breakout here is too long for orgs to want to stay. The likes of TSM, like, I would say that 95% of these Challengers orgs are just going to drop their team because they'll be like, you know what, it didn't work out for us this season. There's no point us paying so much money into the oblivion to keep these guys signed when they have really no rate of return for the next few months when there's no action at all, and then we'll just re-sign them in a few months' time. The other interesting thing is as well that Turtle Troop, now having re-qualified, we'll see in a second, they can, you know, they've got a Challenger spot. So, you know, is that worth anything? Can they sell that to an organization? How does that work? So, I don't know, Dazzle will give some thoughts on it. It's just not the greatest format, I don't think, to be honest. And even as Riot have mentioned, that I think what they even said here, that the off-season is long but healthy and is long to make viewers miss Valorant, although as a consequence of this it negatively affects the tier 2 teams. So they've just given some thoughts here on what's going to happen in this off-season, the tier 2 versus tier 1 games, co-ed versus game changers, creators versus pros, some sort of national based competition. We'd love to see like a World Cup or something. So they've got some plans for the off-season to actually keep things interesting on a Valorant level, but it's still not quite what it could be. So I think there's quite a lot to be worked on and to be thought about here with regard to how we make the season format better, because at the start of the season it became very clear that it was incredibly short and there really wasn't much Valorant even being played, and now we hear that, oh yeah, it's designed to make you miss Valorant, but it's like, I don't know, I just want to watch more action, to be honest, especially the Challengers that are going to get screwed over pretty hard by this. Speaking of players, some of which are in Challengers getting screwed over by this is kind of remarkable that Prod comes out with last night. This is a Discord channel, clearly, where stream snipers and crypto throwers can hang out and get paid for targeting certain individuals. This is the list of the individuals. So the way this works is that I guess people in this Discord see this and say, all right, if I can get it, I think there was like a 20-minute video explaining exactly how this is done, how this Discord gets around the streamer mode that the guys put on so you can't join them and try and get in their lobbies anyway, stuff like this. And I'm guessing that this guy who runs this Discord is just putting bets on for ShahZaM and Co, and even Kaide is like second on this list. Is like, so, you know, it's sad really that you know, putting bets on for these guys to lose, and therefore when they do lose because someone is throwing or someone is stream sniping them and winning on the enemy team, then he's going to give them back some money. So if you target ShahZaM and make ShahZaM lose either by throwing if you're on his team or by stream sniping him and winning on the other team, then you get $50 Ethereum or Bitcoin. The same, I mean, obviously these other people are named. I mean, Sinatraa is $35, Stewie2K is $25, babybay is $30, Zeltis is only $30. So, I mean, I find this incredible. This is even a thing, to be honest. And, you know, as cNed says, makes sense to reply as pods like, no wonder I can't hit Radiant with this going on. So, I mean, it's mind-blowing, really. And as Zeltis says, I'm only worth $30. So, pretty funny stuff from him. But, yeah, finally, this is getting revealed exactly what's been happening here behind the scenes. You've got to say, in some respects, that, you know, as cNed says, it makes me so sad. I don't even know what to say, because these guys are just straight up ruining the ranked experience for these individuals. And this is that, I mean, TenZ isn't on here, right? But mainly because Tarek isn't on here either. Probably mainly because they don't play any ranked anymore, because it's just not even fun. As Tarek says, they throw mine for free. And then we get this from ShahZaM. And you got to say fair play to ShahZaM, because he gets called out a lot. And at times, I think, understandably, for saying that, oh, this person's stream sniping, this person's stream sniping. He always cries about stream snipers. But in fairness, like, this does seem to imply, given he's #1 on the list, that they're probably targeting him more than they are anybody else. So you can understand why ShahZaM might get a bit paranoid at times when he's playing someone who's like, oh, this guy's stream sniping. Maybe he isn't, but maybe he is, and he's getting paid $50 to win the game. So very much into your thoughts in the comment section below. We've got to, though, dive into the DSG situation, because, man, as George tried to reverse jinx them here by saying that DSG haven't won a match since March, because G2 did win after he tweeted that out. Unfortunately, though, for DSG, even that can't save them.
We know Sky's A, we go B. Little B split action. Daggers in. Dashes out. Smokes are out. Guns are out. Mollies are in. Aim is on. Crosshair placement. Crosshair placement. Trades. Trades. I can't do anything. It's out of my hands. I did everything I could. For me as a spectator, I don't know. It's not in my control. I said shoot. They don't shoot. Check Sean Garrett's Twitter. Oh, nice. DSG is in another post plant with a man advantage. I bet they learned from the prior round where they lost due to overextended and using zero coordinated utility. DSG players. Oh no, Dory's catching strays out there. I mean, yeah, we were saying the same thing. Look at Toast tweet. It's Jover. It's never Jover. Never say it's Jover. If Joe Biden can wake up and continue to do whatever it is he does, and I can continue to wake up and do whatever it is I do. Okay, I don't know what the saying there. I wordplay there. This team is just so lost and disappointing, right? The idea that they actually have people working on strats and ideas and compositions and the way to play post plants is just, I mean, it's just nowhere near. The amount of times that Ye is trying to play for a pick, or they just let him try and do something and it just doesn't work because he gets countered by utility. I mean, 4 in 10 in first kill, first deaths. I don't think Ye has become a bad player necessarily, but it's just like the team support is just not there as it was when they actually had a good roster on OpTic Gaming last season. Apel was 13-10. DSG actually won the first half, can you believe it, before inevitably losing. And then, I mean, it was again like the end of this half, all the defuses that came through. It's like DSG should not be giving up that many post plants, right? They had so many chances to close this out, and they just couldn't do it. And then Ascent was 13-3. They just got blown off the face of the earth 11-1, and it was very swiftly over. So yeah, ugly for DSG, no doubt about it. Tarek was trying his best to give them some ideas, but it wasn't working. And these are their results. This is ever since they beat esports back in March. Right at the start of March, the team that they played yesterday, they have lost every game since then. MAT to 3 times, TSM 3 times, Oxygen, SR, Turtle Troop, and our esports again. So absolutely embarrassing, to be honest. And yeah, Disguised Toast is just about had enough. And this is the thing, right? If you're him, are you going to re-sign these guys over the next few months to keep paying them? Like, absolutely not. Why would you do so? And they're going to be out of challenges. I mean, it was interesting, right? When he signed that roster with Steel and Co, it was like, oh, okay, are they going to qualify through for challenges? Should should he have waited for them to qualify before he signed them? But the idea that they did qualify for challenges and that was successful was, you know, a great story. And then they started off okay. It quickly has absolutely fallen off a cliff, obviously. The other series was TT versus Mad Lions. Turtle Troop get the job done, and they won their next series as well against Ori Esports to guarantee themselves all the way through 13-5, 13-11, and then they won the series against Ori Esports as well. So Turtle Troop are guaranteed to have re-qualified. If Mad Lions beat Disguised, they'll play Ori Esports in this decider. If Disguised somehow beat Mad Lions, they'll have to beat Ori Esports again. So Turtle Troop are guaranteed to be there in next year's challenge. One of these three teams is also guaranteed. The other two will get relegated and will have to probably just drop their organization, to be honest, and go down to the qualification bracket, which will start in plenty of months' time. So what do you do if you're toast, right? I guess you just kind of like wait it out, and maybe next season he says, you know what, I'm just going to drop all these guys, and when next season begins, when teams have qualified through the challenges this time, because this year qualifying for challenges was easier because there was more spots available. Next year there's only 2 spots. There's 12 spots allocated, and there's 2 remaining that people can qualify into through the kind of open qualifiers. So it's going to be tricky to sign a team before the open qualifiers and actually get them in. So maybe it's worth next year for Disguised Toast just straight up waiting until teams do make it and then signing a new team, hopefully an entirely different team, because it's not worked out with these guys, obviously. And just to close out here, I thought it was kind of interesting from Willminder the discrepancy in 4v5 round win percentage between Fnatic and Loud. These are the 2 best teams in the game, or at least the 2 likeliest to win as it stands based on what the bookies have to say, and Fnatic win 42%, the highest of anyone in 4v5 round wins. Loud win the lowest at 26%. If you get first blood against Loud, you've got a rather good chance. But very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.